Really, our meeting with Vanity Gem isn't for a while. Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
When will Lenny and Lynette do another show?
Coffee. Coffee.
When will Lenny and Lynette do another show?
Hello, what can I get for you? Sure thing, we're here to go. Huh? Oh, I see. First cup of the season. Yeah, I get it. Young people these days do love their little surprises.
Coffee. Need coffee. Oh, I smell coffee. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep when you get...
I think I figured out where the problem lies. Honestly...
Wait, what investigation?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small, I can't believe it's caused so much drama. Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday. Why?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. So, I dropped by her place early this morning to check on her. Only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the Hôtel de Bord. I'm worried something bad might have happened. If she's not here, then where could she be?
Boss, Escoffier, bad news.
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found...
Oh, looks like a map with a bunch of random places circled.
Wait a second. This feels familiar. I'm sure these places are all connected somehow. Of course! From the Codex! They're all places that Modeste explored on his adventures. Yeah, but... I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too fragmented to be of any use.
The Codex de Bord? Then, this place marked in red out at sea. Could that be the fabled birthplace of Gâteau de Bord?
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way?
Ugh, idiot! Does she have a death wish? Those were—
Hold on. There's more. Besides the map, we also found these...
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident? And not Monica after all?
Retrieve the Codex by any means necessary. So the cooking contest and the cheating. Someone else was behind her pulling the strings?
She's keeping the true recipe to her...
Ugh, this is all such a mess! Paimon needs a second to process this. First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But now, it turns out that someone else forced Savannah to force Monica to cheat?
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident. Even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
I await your instruction.
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah, definitely the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here? Aw, they ran off!
could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his adventure logs by any chance? They must have gotten through somehow.
Good point. Yeah.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus, and the path opened to us.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here besides rocks, Romaritime. See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them. Now we have to head all the way back to shore and grab some.
There's no time for that. Romaritime flowers and Lumitoile will have to do. They may not look appetizing to us.
Wait, we're serious.
Off to the freezer!
Blubber beasts or not, are we
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably...
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. What was it that Modeste said again?
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The tracks turned back again. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Today, it's finally paying off. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my little lapdog. Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know... Did you not hear me? Go...
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning, I'd never have...
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you've always been jealous of Escoffier. That's why you left. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her... So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain, that she deliberately hid her secret recipes from you just to hold you back. It was the only excuse. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship, only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. So you see, you're no better than Savelli.
I am no Savelli, nor will I...
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest. Why start now?
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. But I am done.
Ooh, feisty. But
I somehow doubt that. Since I poisoned both our water bottles.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long, and...
But you drank it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You...
What?
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles, just clean, fresh.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know. You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain, too. A complete waste of space.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. But no, you should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat, but if you so much as flinch, I can end Savannah's life in a heartbeat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this? You're about to commit murder, and for what? A recipe?
A recipe? You chefs are all blinded by your myopic focus on kitchen affairs. Well, some of us actually have bigger fish to fry. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg, and it's right here in these ruins.
Are you serious? You're here because of a Gâteau de Bourg obsession? You've gone completely mad!
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. No, he and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of their hands, and they thought, ooh, this would go great in our cake mix. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no cooking ingredient. It's a groundbreaking drug. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could
Will you listen to yourself? You're completely
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure. You'll see what a...
Wait, what's that sound?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage because she knows that she's no match for you.
That's true. Even if she finds the treasure, she'll need Savannah alive if she wants to get out of here in one piece.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. Probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. A dash of frosting!
Tor, bring refuge!
Whirling snow! Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests.
again.
It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about? Let's move out.
That's strange. These don't look Grimoirian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modest.
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. Huh, you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff, just like you're a pro in the kitchen. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skill!
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, up above, on dry land. The treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned Gâteau de Bourg into a national sensation. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only drove up the popularity all the more. Modeste was right about that too. He was praised as a genius, while I, as the one person who'd ever disagreed with him, was labeled a talentless fool. Modeste tried his best to console me, but I knew better than anyone just how great the gulf was between us. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further disdain by inserting myself where I did not belong? I told myself that maybe one day, when I've finally created a masterpiece of my own, or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him with a smile on my face. Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he came back after Modeste had already died.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste?
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, locked himself away in the kitchen. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the original taste. It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau, but his sense of taste. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from the constraints of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him, to offer some words of comfort. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any mention of the treasure of Remoria? It's almost as if
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could fail, and how much more devastating it is when it happens. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gâteau. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn shown. I cannot let that. I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering with his notes to remove the damning details. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's, I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah should be
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure,
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. Some fragments of his diary escaped your clutches. And but I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last piece of the puzzle. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! Oh, it's empty. It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's the deal?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure so he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening. All the years I spent piecing together all that for an empty jar.
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to Lord barbarians!
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
One with nature, sad fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Yeah!
Why is this place still shaking? Either way, it's all her fault. Enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here, Traveler Escoffier!
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
Savannah? When did you...
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Traveler?
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler! And Paimon!
Venegem! What are you all doing?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on our merry derrieres? While the...
We had to do something. Even though that something ended up being...
I don't deserve any of you. And I certainly don't deserve to be your head It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out...
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time. All I could think about was...
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And if you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot. But when it comes down to it, you're the one who's always doing whatever it takes to make sure the customers get served on time, every time.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left. And Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, they keep coming back. If that's not an endorsement of your work, I don't know what is. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can do is recognize where we get it wrong and do our best to improve.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I did to Firmont and to Escoffier, it's unforgivable.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firmont? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly but I'm too late, aren't I? The damage is done.
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking. And then he remembered the tea that Monica used to give him every night. And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory complications. But if you calculate the dosage carefully, A small dose might simply make a person more emotional. Whether that...
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. They also fixed me up with some meds and said I should recover in no time. Well, that's what happens when you give someone a little bit of hope to cling on to.
There's more. We believe that Firma was likely not Monika's only victim.
You mean she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable.
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. That stuff can only amplify what's already there. So tasty food will seem like the most delicious thing in the world, while So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single person you...
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Why is it? Is it just... I mean, is it because...
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy, but all the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course, Monica sabotaged mine so that could never happen.
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the problem in just one night?
Salut Eiko, comment tu vas?
It all comes back to one simple, undeniable truth. You're a genius.
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. I came up with this recipe. You don't think that might have something to do with it?
Ça va bien.
Do you know how long I spent perfecting my gâteau de bois? 3 years! 3 whole years! I know this dish inside out, back to... And you've been head chef now for what? 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts, and you're gonna throw in the kitchen towel? And declare you'll never be successful? You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt. Or just how long it took me to finally get my recipe to a level I was satisfied
T'as vu les
with.
news avec le grand est mort? Ouais, ça m'a choqué. Ça m'a extrêmement bien choqué. J'ai un ami qui est extrêmement fan de Vegeta, j'ai voulu partager la news, mais bon, je sais pas s'il va voir le message. J'ai extrêmement peu pensé à lui, c'est trop triste. La VF de CIA et Vegeta, bah ouais. Monsieur que j'ai rencontré, il était extra cet homme. Clairement, je m'attendais pas, mais pas du tout à ça.
Genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. Modeste did, Savelli did, everyone does. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes, learn from them, and then keep chipping away until you crack the problem once and for all. Surely you haven't forgotten all that. You were no lousy chef back when I handed you the reins.
Dragon Ball étant mon premier animé, perdre Toriyama puis la VF de Vegeta, ça fait un choc. Bah ouais, c'est clair. C'est la fin d'une époque, c'est ce qu'on peut dire.
I haven't forgotten. And I'll make...
That's our head chef. Haha! Sounds like we won't need another changing of the guard in the Hotel de Bord kitchen anytime soon. Huzzah!
Aw, what a perfect ending to it.
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks to you, Escoffier. In fact, no. Thanks to all of you.
Aw, friends again. So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses! This is a cooking contest between two top chefs, and so grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this instant!
Hey, so,
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
the results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Ah yes, maintenant j'ai faim. Faut que j'arrête de regarder tes let's play Genshin.
Quite rightly too.
Quand il y a de la bouffe en jeu, c'est pas pareil.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have... I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah. I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Niue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table.
MDR Jiangling. Bah, clairement, c'est ce que je disais à ma copine, je trouvais ça bizarre qu'on n'ait pas une seule référence à elle. Du coup, je m'attends un jour à ce qu'on ait un événement culinaire entre les deux.
There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored. Hide. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you taste the difference?
Un V1 Octogone. Ouais. Surtout qu'on a déjà eu un événement cuisine avec Jiangling par le passé.
What? Paimon didn't notice it?
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs, and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got to go out and explore.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Bourg, revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs as busy adventurers.
Je me rappelle surtout
Hope
de
you
Booba qui
enjoy,
a
and
mangé pour le
remember,
casting. Ah oui,
feedback is always welcome.
le grand gourmand.
All right! So,
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanisham that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
you know, Paimon's still a little disappointed that we never got to... Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the... She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all that trouble to infiltrate the Hotel de Bourg. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, the so-called Treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles, better known to us as Lumiline.
Huh? So then, why all the hype back in the early...
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then, so desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder that the first thing to... And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing. It feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey!
Huh? Navia?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Remoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be...
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used to hold...
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must...
Moi, je vais te laisser, petite journée demain, mais bon, je suis fatigué. Pas de soucis, bonne nuit à toi. Merci d'être passé.
The wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject. Fry! Picked the wrong test subject. Fry! 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 Picked the wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject. Fry! Picked the wrong test subject. Fry! 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 Picked the wrong test subject. Fry! 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 The wrong test subject.
blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing Ad Astra. Are we going on a trip?
Let's hope you have a good fight.
Here comes
Justice o'clock!
Into the wind.
Solidify!
Rest and rebuild!
This was new.
Charge!
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Stabilize!
Wind strike.
Let's finish this fast! Charge!
Into the wind.
Gather! This is order!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn.
Why me? Running late again. Hurry up, Brassa! Gotta steer clear of other people.
One with nature.
Stabilize! I will have order!
Allow me!
The wind knows me.
Antenna! Grant me strength! Right! Heads up!
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds flash for you.
Crumbles!
This isn't fair.
Hero incoming!
Disgusting. One with nature.
ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
I'm heading east. Best I don't do it.
This realm is... If you ever have...
Look out below!
Running late again.
Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime?
Welcome to Netsuke no Gen Crafts. You can make things other than sculptures as well.
My store is offering the latest in fashion. Come and have a look.
Welcome to Netsuke no Gen Crafts. You can make things other than sculptures as well.
My parents always say, no matter how busy life gets, you should always sit down and enjoy a proper meal when you get hungry. What I like to do is stack my plate up high, then squash it all.
My store is offering the latest in fashion. Come and have a look. Welcome to Netsuke no Gen Crafts. You can make things other than sculptures as well.
Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime?
Welcome to Netsuke no Gen Crafts. You can make things other than sculptures as well.
My store is offering the latest in fashion. Come and have a look.
Welcome to Netsuke no Gen Crafts. You can make things other than sculptures as well.